Good evening and welcome to Riverside High School for tonight's live high school basketball game. It's the Taylor Lions Championship between the West Scranton Invaders and the Riverside Lady Vikes. Kylie Lavelle with the ball early, and that layup a little off the mark. Antonacci will come up with the rebound. And Lavelle looking to pound it inside to Karpinski. Keeps it alive. Karpinski gets a hanger, and it goes 2-0 Lady Vikes. So we'll see some pressure here. Nia Johnson, Cassandra Morocco, Tatum Repshus, Nevaeh Ross, and Angelina Morocco will start here for the Lady Invaders. Karpinski in the tough defense, and it will stay right here. 3 officials, veteran officials here tonight. And now we'll get a travel out of West Scranton. Tatum Repshus caught that pass, drug her foot, and it will be Lady Vikes basketball. So Repshus will play some defense now. She's matched up outside on Emily Taylor, and that shot is off the mark. It goes off Riverside. It'll be West Scranton basketball. I want to thank Francis D'Angelo, Taylor Borough Councilman, for supporting tonight's broadcast for Riverside Lady Vikes basketball here on the John Mendola Show on YouTube Live. 1 minute done so far here in the first quarter. One of the Morocco sisters, and we'll make reference to them tonight on what they bring to this West Scranton team. Battle underneath after the shot. Morocco, Angelina, that was battling for that. It'll be West Scranton basketball. And Ross will inbound now. Looking for Repshus. Repshus now still with the dribble. Lavelle will guard her. Morocco travel. Coach Chulo talking to his ladies about what he's looking for. Kind of settle in a little bit. Hoping they could start this nice and slow. Nice crowd on hand tonight for this Taylor Lions Championship on the girls' side. The guys will play tomorrow night in the championship. Of course, they won against Lackawanna Trail last night. Lavelle for 3, off the mark. Johnson coming down. Will stop and pop, and it gets blocked. And then the ball get away from the Lady Vikes. But they're going to say it's out on West Scranton. Tough call there if you're a Lady Invader. It looked like it was off the Lady Vikes, but we have 6:07 on the clock. Only 1 bucket thus far by Karpinski. Emily Taylor looking around, and we got a travel. Officials hot on the whistle right now. 6:01 remaining here in the first quarter as West Scranton tries to set up their half-court offense. Ross with the basketball, looking around, see if she can find Nia Johnson, her and Repshus will look to score tonight. Back over to Johnson. Karpinski gets her hand in there, deflects it away. Well, at least Karpinski a little bit bigger, and they'll call her with a body foul. Karpinski. West Scranton now will inbound. 5:30 on the clock. Very little scoring thus far. Defensive contest. I'm trying to get the ball moving around. And to the rack goes number 33, Angelina Morocco, and they will call a foul. So she'll head over to the free throw line. That'll go against Antonacci. That'll be her first foul. 2 fouls for the home team. Free throw goes. 5:23 on the clock. 2-1 is the score. And Morocco for one more here. That one in and out. Battle underneath. Karpinski comes up with it. So Elise Karpinski will bring the ball up and look around to see who she could get it to. Karpinski driving in, draws the foul. The contact there by number 11, Cassandra Maraca. That'll be the first foul here on West Side. Antonacci now with the basketball. Gets it over to Rose. Looking for Taylor. And pokes it over to Lavelle. Lavelle gets caught up inside, and Rose, and wow! Kayla Rose gets that bucket. Will get a second foul on Cassandra Maraca. 4-1 is the score. So Kayla Rose will head over to that free throw line with exactly 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, trying to make it a 5-1 score. And we'll get number 12 getting ready to check in here. And that's going to be Camden Miller. So a drive and a kick out here. And a long ball there by Maraca. No go. Battle underneath. Karpinski comes up with it. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor looking around. Throws up a haphazard shot underneath. Good defense by Repchus. Maybe a little too good. Foul on the inside. Let's see who this is going to go against. It is going to go against number 15, Tatum Repchus. So quickly, West Scranton has 3 fouls, the last 3 fouls on the floor called on the Lady Invaders. That free throw goes there by Emily Taylor. We will get Camden Miller now checking in. Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo helping us out tonight with our broadcast. We appreciate his efforts to give you some action here on the John Mendola Show on YouTube Live. 6-1 the score. The Lady Vikes leading the Lady Invaders. Repchus now brings the ball up. Nia Johnson going to work a little pick and roll action with her. Repchus keeps it. Repchus extra step, no call. Underneath it's Miller. She is bottled up, and then we got a jump ball. And this one is the Lady Vikes' turn. Timeout, West Scranton. We'll take an audio timeout. Of course, we only have audio here tonight, but we'll take a quick timeout and be back. All right, we're back and ready to go here at the 4:20 mark of quarter number 1. 6-1 is the score. And the Lady Vikes now trying to control in their half-court offense. Lavelle over to Antonacci, back to Lavelle, over to the corner, and Taylor, long 2 goes off. Antonacci comes up with the rebound. Antonacci for 3, that's long. Tracked down by Nia Johnson. She'll come down court to try to set up the first field goal of the evening. And then we get a quick foul by Nia Johnson. So Miller hit the floor for West Scranton. The ball went loose. And when Karpinski came up with it, Nia Johnson gets called on the foul. 3:44 on the clock. Riverside in their half-court offense. Lavelle over to the corners, got Taylor. Kicks it inside, Karpinski spins around, tries to go lefty. Rose may be called over the back, and she will. So Kayla Rose had Ross sandwiched in between her and Karpinski, and that'll be her first foul and the 3rd team foul here for the Lady Vikes. At some point here, I guess we'll see Bella McKeefrey for Riverside. Had some nice points off the bench the other day and played a good overall game. Ross with the basketball, kicks it over to Repchus. Repchus looking, finds one of the Maraca sisters, and that is off the mark. And now Antonacci has it. Antonacci with a free throw, got it. right near the charity stripe. 8-1 Lady Vikes in front. Leo Chulo under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Still looking for his first bucket from the field. Almost the steal there. Ross is going to defend, and they're going to say it's off Ross. Lady Vikes basketball. Here is Riverside now. Antonacci looking. Rose gets it put back in her face. Ross has it. Ross gets it up to Repchus. Repchus with a stopper and a popper. Rolls out. Battle underneath, and they'll call Repchus over the top. Tough break there for West Scranton. Kayla Rose had position on her, and Repchus was called with over the back. 2 fouls for her. That's 5 team fouls right now on West Scranton. 2:31 on the clock here in quarter number 1. It is 8-1 the Lady Vikes here in the Taylor Lions championship game. Lavelle over to the corner. Antonacci for the tray. Off the rim. Coming up with it is Taylor. She'll dribble in. Try to draw a little contact. Gets a little contact there. Then Lavelle with a cleanup, and Lavelle scores. So Kylie Lavelle, as the ball has become loose quite a bit, gets that bucket. Is now 10-1. 1:59 on the clock. 9-point advantage for the Lady Vikes. Nia Johnson going to drive in. Nia Johnson doesn't find the hole. Antonacci out of the basketball. 3-on-3. Kicks it out. Lavelle for the tray. Nails it. 13-1. We'll get a timeout out of West Scranton at the 1:42 mark. 30-second timeout. We'll be back here on the John Bedola Show. Back to live action here in quarter number 1 as West Scranton tries to settle down a dozen to the Lady Vikes. Not far from Old Forge. Got a tray, a 12, anytime you like there, the pizza capital of the world. Kicking it out. Rocca for 3, long. Karpinski with a rebound, gets it to Antonacci, who's going to push it. Antonacci's got 3-on-3 and then draws a third foul on Repchus. And Leo Chulo cannot believe that one. 3 fouls here on Repchus, and we're still in the first quarter. Very, very tough call here. She literally was pretty stationary, but the contact was drawn there, and that's what you get. Jayla Johnson now checking in for West Side. Turnover here for the Lady Invaders. A lot will be put on Nia Johnson right now. Number 10. With Tatum Repchus out with 3 fouls. Kicks it out. Gets it over to Miller. Now back to Johnson for 3. Johnson's off the mark. Good hustle there by Miller. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be. And it's West Scranton basketball. Tough call right in front of the Lady Vikes bench. .46 seconds on the clock. 13-1 is the score. Johnson trying to get around Taylor, and then off her hand, it'll be Lady Vikes basketball. So the call's not going the way of whichever team wants it, but that's what you get sometimes when the game is this way. It's a one-sided affair. Karpinski back to Lavelle. 24 seconds on the clock. If I'm Jack Mikhailo, Take your time. Stretch this out. Get one good shot here. You don't want West Scranton to get an opportunity. Lavelle, 14 seconds on the clock. Antonacci, she'll drive. Tips it in to Karpinski. Off the mark, Karpinski one more time. No go. And Ross will come up with the rebound with 5 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds on the clock. Ross is going to line up a half quarter. No go. 13-1 the score after one. Thank you, Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo, big supporter of Lady Vikes basketball. We'll be back here on the John Mandola Show. All right, here we go. Quarter number 2 for the Taylor Lions tournament, the championship game between West Scranton and Riverside. John Mandola here on the John Mandola Show live as we get you some action between West Scranton and Riverside. Nia Johnson not able to make that conversion. Repshis is out for West Scranton with 3 fouls. Bella McKeefrey has checked in here for Riverside. Turnover. McKeefrey got her hand in there. And it will go to Emily Taylor now, coming down, pushing the pace a little bit. Antonacci, corner, Lavelle. Dump it in to Rose on the ground, and it'll be a tie-up. And this is going to be West Scranton. No, it's going to be Lady Vikes basketball. So the ball hit the floor quickly. 2 girls tied it up. It's Riverside's turn now. Lavelle. McKeefrey on the opposite side. Antonacci back to Bella McKeefrey. Lines up to 3. That shot no go. And McKeefrey comes over. And 7:09 on the clock. 13-1 the score. West Scranton still has yet to score a field goal. Pickpocket there by Antonacci. Nia Johnson with the basketball. Lavelle will now guard her. She'll get a pick out of Maraca. Tied up over there. And now they're going to call a travel on Johnson. So not much going right here for West Scranton. Thanks Francis D'Angelo, Taylor Borough Councilman, supporting live high school basketball tonight and supporting the Lady Vikes and Viking sports all the time. That ball goes out of bounds off of Riverside. 6:44 on the clock here in the second quarter. Still got a 13-1 lead for Riverside. Jack Mikhailo, the coach of the Lady Vikes. Paul Brennan, the superintendent here tonight, likes to take in the action of his boys and girls teams. Nice block there by Antonacci on Ross. Ross goes in, draws contact, no foul call. 3-4 Vikings there, but somehow Ross comes up with it and then gets rid of it, and then Antonacci gets fouled. So there's a scramble right near midcourt. That foul will go against number 11, Cassandra Maraca. And guess what? That is her 3rd foul. Jayla Johnson now checks back in. Karpinski is going to check back in here for Riverside. She'll get Emily Taylor right now. Lavelle is a 5'11" freshman for the Lady Vikes. Rebound by Nia Johnson after the missed free throw. Johnson's going to take this thing to the coast. She gets stuffed by Karpinski. Maraca gets the hole. So Angelina Maraca gets the first bucket here for West Scranton. The first field goal. They got a free throw earlier, 13-3. Lavelle. Now it's Antonacci. Karpinski's open underneath and gets pushed from behind, and Angelina Maraca will get called on that foul. She is shooting. Her first foul. Karpinski's free throw is good.
Please, Karpinski, number 15 at the line. One shot.
And Karpinski hits the second. 15-3 the score, 5:56 now on the clock in quarter number 2. Tatum Repchis on the bench with 3 fouls. Her teammate Cassandra Maraca on the bench with 3 fouls. There are 18 fouls for West Side Story. Ross, she gets fouled there by Antonacci. Bodied up there. That is the second foul on Antonacci. West Scranton will inbound right in front of the Lady Vikes bench. Nia Johnson trying to fight through traffic. Nia Johnson gets stuffed from Lavelle, but then we get an arm underneath. See who this is going to go against, if it's going to be Karpinski or Lavelle. Somebody got the elbow, and it's going to be against Lavelle.
That's her first personal team foul.
15-3. A free throw goes in and out for Nia Johnson.
West Scranton's number 10, Nia Johnson, at the line shoots 1.
That's a nice stroke there by Johnson. Just put her hand right in the basket. 15-4 is the score. Thank you, Francis D'Angelo, or Taylor Borough Councilman, for supporting Lady Vikes basketball tonight and all the time. Great supporter of Riverside Athletics. Corner, McKeefery, big step, didn't call it. Karpinski rebound, or a pass to her, and she goes. So assist goes to McKeefery, and Karpinski got inside, 17-4. So a nice play there by Riverside. Nia Johnson gets it over to Maraca, kicks it over the corner, off the hands, and then off the knee, and they call a foul on McKeefery. So Jayla Johnson had the ball in her hand, but they call a little bit of the body there by McKeefery. 16 fouls now, and Kayla Rose will come out.
Team 6 on the team.
4:50 on the clock right now here between West Scranton and Riverside in the first half. Nia Johnson gets it out to Maraca. Maraca gets it over to Ross. Ross looking around. Ross is going to drive. Ross draws contact inside. McKeefery took a charge, no call. Taylor's going to get it up court. Lavelle's going to finish this thing. Yes! And Kylie Lavelle gets open down court. Taylor caught her. 19-4 the score with 4:24 here in that second quarter. Miller now with the basketball for West Scranton in their half-court offense. Ross fakes one way, gets off a jumper, goes nothing but air. McKeefery going the other way. We're going to get a foul. Looks like it's going to go on Jayla Johnson, number 3. 9 team fouls here against West Side, 1-1. So still got plenty of time. 4:05 on the clock between these two. Free throw goes. Another free throw coming. 21-4 is the score, 3:56 on the clock. Kylie Lavelle will have the basketball here with the half-court offense getting over to Emily Taylor. McKeefrey trying to lurk on that backside. It's now over to Karpinski. Now Lavelle. Karpinski to the corner. Antonacci for the tray, way long. And it'll be a rebound by Miller. Nia Johnson will now bring it up court. 3:36 on that clock. Johnson kicks it out. Morocco. Angelina, that is, because the other one's on the bench to Sis. And Johnson drives in, had a pretty clear shot. Battle underneath. What are they going to call? Jump ball. So Johnson with a tough rebound there and an attempt as there were 3 Lady Vikes around. Antonacci will come out as Rose goes back in. Repchis comes in at the 3:25 mark. If you're Leo Chulo, you got to pull the plug at some point here. You're down 21-4. You got to see if you can get a little bit of a spark here offensively. Repchis finishes. Repchis wasn't happy with the play off of the inbound, but somehow it worked out, and she was able to get open and get a good look there. 21-6 now. Repchis causes a turnover. Miller now. Now we get it over to Johnson. 3:04 and counting. Johnson's going to drive and gets fouled on the drive. Going to go against Karpinski.
Riverside's release Karpinski, number 2.
Second foul for her, playing some tough defense.
Team 7.
So the Repchis and Johnson combo offensively, that's where the points are going to go through. They've got to try to get the 4, 6, 8 points from the other players.
Nia Johnson, number 10, on the line, 1 shot.
Antonacci comes in. McKeefrey comes out.
Number 3.
Repchis comes back out now. They don't want her in on the defensive end for a possibility of a foul. Under 3 to play. 21-8 is the score with the Lady Vikes in command here in the first half. Lavelle, Antonacci. They get it inside. Karpinski kicks it out to Rose. Karpinski better get out of the lane. Antonacci from 3. So Karpinski probably had it about 2.9 there on the 3-second call. But Antonacci buries the 3. It's 24-8. Johnson now harassed there by Emily Taylor. Now they get it back to Johnson outside the 3-point line, trying to get a couple picks over there. Set up Morocco. Going to drive in. Kicks it out. Miller saves it almost out of bounds. Karpinski now guarding her. But West Scranton's got 4 players low, and Nia Johnson stopping and a popping and nails it. Long 2. 24-10, little playground basketball there. A lot of pressure on Nia Johnson right now to score with Repchis on the bench. Down 14. Riverside's got to pound it, and they get another turnover, and West Scranton has it. So the efficiency here for Riverside, not as sharp as Mikhailo would like it, even though they're up 14. Steal by Lavelle. Lavelle trying to get her hand on it. And tied up down there by Nia Johnson. It'll be Riverside basketball. 1:20 on the clock. Lavelle for 3. Long. Rebound, Taylor. Karpinski there for the rebound. Karpinski up, no go. Another body. Miller comes up with it. Ross off the rim. And Rose goes up. She gets fouled. Head to the free throw line. Rose hits that free throw. Repshis in, McKeefery in. Lavelle will guard Repshis. 25-10. Riverside in front. That free throw goes about 5 feet in the air and then goes in. Timeout on the floor. Riverside will be back here. 26-10. We are back here with 52 seconds on the clock. West Scranton has the basketball. 26-10 is the score. McKeefery comes up with the steal, and then Taylor gets her hand on it. And we're going to get a foul on West Scranton here. And they're going to call a push. Leo Chulo can't believe that call. Fourth foul on Cassandra Maraca. And number 12 will come in, Camden Miller. Antonacci getting ready to get checked back in. Score is 28-10. Antonacci will come in. Karpinski will come out. Nia Johnson now talking with the official. Trying to get a little clarity on that last call. Tony Blazer, one of the officials from Elk Lake, longtime athletic director. Does a lot of college basketball games as well. A traveling guy. Lavelle guarding Repshis tightly. 19 seconds on the clock. Nia Johnson with the basketball will be guarded over there by Taylor. Gets a pick from Maraca. They kicks it out. Miller comes in, and then Miller gets fouled. Miller will head over to the free throw line. Karpinski in, McKeefery out.
Camden Miller at the line, shooting one.
Two Lady Vikes go all the way down to the corners. 3 rebounders for Riverside versus 1 for Westside. And Morocco battles, but Karpinski gets it from Rose. Over to Taylor. 3 seconds on the clock. Taylor's got to find an angle to shoot. Does and just misses. 28-10, the halftime score. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the third quarter here on the John Mendola Show YouTube Live. We're ready to go here for quarter number 3. (28-10) is the score as we open things up. West Scranton now going towards their bench. Lady Vikes will head towards their own. They do start out with Repchus with the 3 fouls. She'll drive to the rack, and she will get fouled there. Official coming over. Who's it going to go against? Going to go against Lavelle. 2 girls were there. They go to Lavelle. Her second foul called. 7:45 on the clock here in the third quarter. 28-11. So West Side's going to have to start chipping away here. And they get that free throw. 28-12. Let's see what Riverside has here in their half-court offense. Taylor. Lavelle, corner. Now Antonacci back to Lavelle. Patient offense here coming. And that to Taylor. Rose, back out Antonacci for the 3 look. In and out. Karpinski, good hustle, and drags a player with her, and then she gets fouled. .7:10 on the clock. Finally gets it into Rose. Taylor now back with the basketball. Antonacci over this way. 7:04 on the clock. Back to Taylor. Karpinski at the high post. Antonacci driving in. Gets stuffed over there by one of the Morocco girls. Repchus, then Ross. They had a 2-on-0, and quickly that collapsed with a little boo-boo on the ball. Repchus for 3. Long. Great hustle by Repchus, kicks it out. Angelina Morocco now with the basketball, back over to Nia Johnson, 6:36 on the clock. You can feel a little bit more energy here out of West Scranton, trailing by 16. Ross with the fake, dribbles in, then kicks it back to Johnson. Karpinski guarding her. And a poke there by Karpinski, and they'll get her on the foul. So Karpinski gets her 3rd foul. We'll bring in number 11, Cassandra Morocco. Now Nia Johnson drives right in. Nia Johnson to the rack. Well, Nia Johnson able to get around a couple of Lady Vikes, 28-14. The Lady Vike offense needs to get going a little bit here, even though they are up 14. Almost a turnover, they call jump ball. Luckily, it's the Lady Vikes basketball for their sake. Miller checks back in here for West Scranton. Lavelle's got a wide open 3 look right now before the inbound. Now they inbound it to Karpinski. Karpinski into Rose. Rose trying to get a shot off. Then Lavelle for 3 is going to be long. All air on that. So Kylie Lavelle has had a lot of success taking the ball to the rack. Outside shooting's been a little bit off. But again, she is just a freshman and a very talented 5'11" freshman at that. Morocco back in. That is Cassandra Morocco. 5:35 on the clock. Ross with the ball. Antonacci will guard her. Nia Johnson guarded by Karpinski. Now they get it along. Tried to get it into Morocco. Coach Chulo says, don't worry about it. You're trying to do a little too much. You'll get it back. 28-14, still 5:25 on the clock. Live high school basketball. I want to thank our friend Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo for giving us live high school basketball here tonight on the John Mendola Show YouTube channel. Kayla Rose back over, gets it to Lavelle and Taylor. Now Lavelle, they kick it into Karpinski. Karpinski trying to find a room. Rose, no, that's no good there. Poked away by Antonacci. Ross comes up with a rebound. Kicking it out. Moraka is fouled. I think this is going to go on Taylor. It is. Would have been Karpinski's fourth, but it goes on Taylor. Moraka on the free throw. 4:41 on the clock. Off the front of the rim. Free throw in and out, off the knee, and then West Scranton still comes up with it. So maintaining possession right now. .426 on the clock. 28-14 is the score. West Scranton driving in Repchus. Repchus off the glass. 28-16. They're chipping away right now. Jack Mikhailo feels it, calls a full timeout. We'll be back here on the John Mendola Show. We are back here as Riverside has the basketball after the timeout. Lavelle, Karpinski, back to Lavelle, foul on Ross. It'll be the second foul here for West Scranton. 4:07 on the clock. Third quarter. Leo Chulo's group has climbed back here, down 12. Skip pass, Antonacci for three. Looks beautiful and it goes. Oh, they're saying a long two. Footsie must have been on that line. 30-16. 3:47 on the clock. Repchus with the basketball. Lavelle guarding her. And turned over as Lavelle gets her hand in there. Antonacci to Lavelle. Lavelle, and scores! Kylie Lavelle in the paint. Pretty darn dangerous. Repchus pushing it. Karpinski on a no call there. That's Taylor it's going to go against. So Taylor is called. Just kind of got her arm in there on that. Going to be a third foul. Cassandra Baraka now checks back in. Ross will inbound. Nia Johnson with the basketball. 32-16. Riverside has once again doubled up West Scranton. Johnson tries to draw contact. Ross with a little fake. Baraka back to Johnson, going to drive baseline. Johnson in between three players, scores off the glass. Nia Johnson just has that quick first step. And now West Scranton putting on a little pressure. Three-quarter court. Antonacci gets it in the Rose somehow. Rose drives in, and she's going to get fouled. So Antonacci fit that pass inside a tight window. 32-18 the score, 3:03 on the clock. And Kayla Rose on the free throw line. I want to thank our friend, Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo, for supporting live high school basketball here tonight on YouTube and the John Mandola Show. Nice crowd on hand. Of course, you got some coaches in the stands scouting, including Coach Stacchiotti at Old Forge. The West Side contingency is pretty good. Again, right up the road here. It's nice to have West Scranton and Riverside in this tournament. Mountain View and Nanticoke, the other two teams. Nanticoke defeated Mountain View in the consolation game earlier tonight. 2:42 now on the clock. Ross gets it to Johnson. Johnson tries to get a ball fake up high, kicks it out. Baracco in and out, and a rebound there from Riverside as Antonacci and Taylor come up with it. It'll be Emily Taylor who controls it now. Back to Antonacci. Over to Kylie Lavelle, the freshman. Karpinski on a skipper, has her. Rose throws it up. She's going to get fouled. Kayla Rose doing the dirty work on the inside, drawing plenty of contact, getting swatted, hit, and it's going to be a foul on number 10, Nia Johnson, her third. Leo Chulo, all he can say is, hey, go straight up. 34-18, 2:17 on the clock. We play into the night here, the Taylor's Lions Club championship game. And Rose a little long. Karpinski gets called on the baby foul. Yes. Karpinski literally just touched Nia Johnson. That's her fourth foul. One of those you'd like to have back if you're Karpinski. Coach Mikhailo not happy, I can tell you that. Nia Johnson to the rack. Nia Johnson scores. Nia Johnson with a tough drive and had a little contact. Thought maybe she'd get an and one. She did not. Antonacci with the basketball. Patient. Now Lavelle had to get through some pressure. Taylor for three. Going to be good for three. Emily Taylor from long distance lights it up. 37-20 with 1:37 on the clock.
Correction, Emily Taylor, three-pointer.
West Scranton half-court offense. Repsius fighting through a couple of picks, set by Ross. Nia Johnson for three. Nia Johnson in and out. Good hustle all around. And it's going to go to West Scranton. Bella McKeefery checking in. Karpinski comes out.
Vikes, placing Elise Karpinski, number 15.
West Scranton will inbound here. Now back to Nia Johnson. Johnson spins around. Johnson looking at a head fake. Drives in. Tied up over there by Antonacci. It's going to be a jump ball. And this one's going to go West Side's way. 1:04 on the clock in the third quarter. Travel here by West Scranton. Miller checking back in here for the Lady Invaders with 1:03 on the clock. We got to get a timeout out of Leo Chulo. We'll take an audio timeout and be back. We are back here at Riverside. 103 and quarter, number 3, 37-20 is the score. Riverside having a hard time inbounding, and finally they get it going, and then Johnson called on the foul. She'll get another one. It's going to be for her 4th. So both Repshis and Johnson have 4 fouls, and there's 1:01 in quarter number 3. McKeefrey now gets the basketball. She'll be double teamed, then she gets it, drives in, lefty, off the glass, no go. And now we're going to get a quick foul by Riverside. Taylor on that foul. That's going to be her 4th foul as well. So plenty of fouls to go around tonight. Maria LeBoy is going to now come off the bench and check in with 52 seconds to go. Johnson. And now A steps out of bounds. Thought it was a foul. Nia Johnson stepped out of bounds. LeBoy checks in, Miller checks in. Miller for West, LeBoy for the Lady Vikes. Kayla Rose is going to do it, and West Scranton's going to give him full pressure. J-Lo Johnson now checking in. And now they get it into Lavelle, and they call a travel. 41 seconds. It's been a long minute or two here in this third quarter. Stretching out. 6 fouls on Riverside, 5 fouls on West. Repshis with the basketball. 37-20 is the score. Ross now is going to drive. Ross shoots. Ross way off. Rebound, Lavelle falls down. They'll call a travel. Kylie Lavelle caught that at its highest point and then fell. They'll bring Nia Johnson back in.
Nia Johnson and Tim back in for West Scranton. Sandra Moranta for 11. Back in for Lady Vikes.
West Scranton does get it into Repshis. 28 seconds on the clock. Back over to Nia Johnson. 19 seconds. Repshis. One last shot they're looking for. See if they can make it down to 15 or 14 here. 8 seconds on the clock. Repshis will now move. 6 seconds on the clock. They get it over to the corner. Morocco for 3. No go. Battle underneath and doesn't go. No. Leo Chulo wanted it to go. It did not at the buzzer. 37-20. And now the refs are going to debate this. And 2 of them say yes. 1 said no. And they're all saying no. It's still 37-20. Well, we're ready to start quarter number 4. 37-20 is the score. Let's see how fast-paced this game is. Karpinski underneath, and Karpinski hits the rim. Repshis guarding her. Johnson pushing the pace down. Johnson stops, pops, in and out. Rose comes up with a rebound. No face rake there. They just kind of blinded her for a second. Lavelle drives. Lavelle up and in. Lavelle over Cassandra Maraca. What a nice play there. 39-20. The freshman gets the drive. Really tough off the dribble is Kylie Lavelle. 7:16 on the clock now. Repchus gets it over to Johnson. That 1-2 punch dangerous, but that is no good. Karpinski gets it now to Lavelle. Now Jack Mikhailo says pick it up. Left-handed pass inside to Rose. Rose going to drive in. Rose scores around the corner. Kayla Rose dribbles 3 times and drives right in. 6:52 on the clock. 41-20 is the score. Mikhailo getting a little more animated here for his Lady Vikes. Tasting it, knowing if they play hard, they can finish here. Karpinski with the rebound. Now to Antonacci. Antonacci coming up court. Julia Antonacci draws contact, and she'll head to the free throw line. A foul is going to go against Angelina Morocco. 6:31, 41-20. Antonacci on that free throw line. Thanks to Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo, active in the Riverside sports community for years, and a huge supporter of all Riverside sports teams. Thank you, Francis D'Angelo, for your support tonight. That one goes 42-20. .6:22 on the clock. Repchus for 3. No go. Ross with the rebound with 6:15 on the clock. Now it's Nia Johnson with the basketball. Now we get a timeout here from West Scranton. We'll take an audio timeout. We'll be back with 6:08 on the clock. 42-20, Lady Vikes. Back to live action now. Tatum Repchus with the basketball. Just under 6 minutes to play here between these two. Ross over to Johnson. They trail by 22. Ron Stacchiotti had enough at Old Forge. He's out of the gym after seeing what he said, scouting Riverside here. Won't play him until February. Now we're up to a 1-on-1, or a 1-and-1, if you will, as we get 3 fouls here against Kylie Lavelle. So Repchus on that free throw line. We'll see how this could draw out the rest of the game, and Karpinski is going to get her 5th foul. Well, Karpinski fouls out on the hustle play there. Her and Cassandra Maraca go for the basketball. Bella McKeefrey comes in.
Bella McKeefrey checks in for the Lady Vikes, number 13. Cassandra Maraca at line number 11.
Get that shooter, Kylie.
So the free throw now is off the mark. So they'll get another shot here because they said it was a lane violation by Riverside. And then a hustle, scramble, bodies all over the floor. Ball still getting figured out, still on the floor. And finally it's going to be Lady Vikes basketball. Kylie Lavelle now with the basketball at the 5:22 mark. 42-20 is the score. Antonacci now with the basketball. Corner. Taylor back to Lavelle. Lavelle drives in and one. No bucket, but she does draw the contact. That'll be the 5th foul, I think, here. Let's see, who's this going against? 5th foul, number 33, Angelina Baraka. Now here comes Miller. Back in. 5:06 on the clock, still a 22-point lead. Plenty of fouls on the floor. 8 for Riverside, 7 for West Scranton. Thanking our friend Francis D'Angelo, the Taylor Borough Councilman, for supporting tonight's basketball game here on YouTube Live, The John Mendola Show. We thank you for joining us as well. Hope everybody gets some good time with their family and a Happy New Year, of course. So Repchus will have the basketball. We're under 5 minutes to play. It is 43-20. West Scranton trying to be methodical about what they do. They get it into Miller, and Rose standing still, but they say her arm hit Miller as she went up for the shot. Her second.
Kayla Rose, second personal.
Free throw is long.
West Scranton's Camden Miller on the line.
Bella, go get
One
that shooter,
shot.
Bella.
That free throw is long as well. McKeefrey comes up with it, gets it over to Antonacci. Wide opens Lavelle. Oh, unable to finish there. A tough break there for Kylie. In the right position, you're going to have some of those once in a while, especially as a freshman. 4:39 now on the clock. Still a 23-point advantage. West Scranton just can't seem to get that rhythm. A lot of foul trouble they've had, but offensively. And now Lavelle fought through the pick, but they will call Lavelle on the foul.
Riverside's number 22, Kylie Lavelle. That's her fourth.
So Mikhailo's point is that when Lavelle fought through the pick, she got pushed from Miller and then fell into Repchus. But they don't want to hear that right now. It is a 23-point advantage, and there's a 23-point lead. Free throw in and out. Emily Taylor with the basketball. Julia Antonacci now with it. Antonacci kicks it over to the corner. Now Lavelle. Just need to milk this clock away with a 23-point lead. No reason to. They got plenty of foul trouble, West Scranton. So you just you drive into them if you could. Lavelle stops and misses that one at about the 5-foot shot. And West Scranton throws it away. So a lot of patience right now you need for the Lady Vikes with that huge lead and a lot of foul trouble here for West Scranton. No need to press the pace. West Scranton calls a timeout. We'll take one here as well. It is a 23-point advantage. We'll be back here on YouTube. 4:05 on the clock. 43-20 is the score. Jack McKaylo talked about being patient, up 23, taking your time. They got a lot of fouls on them. Riverside has 10 on them, and Westside has 7. Turnover here from the Lady Vikes. 3:53 on the clock. .341 on the clock. Ross to Johnson. Triple team down low. No go. Johnson gets her own rebound. Stuffed over there by Kayla Rose. Little stuffings going on there. 3:29 now on the clock for the Lady Vikes to put this thing away. McKeefery in the basketball game with Karpinski in foul trouble. Back into Antonacci, back to Lavelle. Not much you could do here. 7 fouls for West Scranton, down 23. You know, you pick your poison. Runner by Emily Taylor goes. So Emily Taylor able to get that one in. A nice shot from her, high off the glass. 2:53 and counting. Long 3, that'll be there, and off the mark, and Lavelle comes up with it. So it's 45-20. Want to thank our friend Francis D'Angelo, the Taylor Borough Councilman, for supporting live high school basketball tonight. Drive by Antonacci, just a little long. McKeefery battling over there, Miller, and then it's kept alive. Ross now back over to Repshis. And Repshis doesn't make it. Lavelle comes up with a rebound. Repshis wanted that foul. There was a little bit of body contact, that's for sure. Excuse me. West Scranton bringing in all the reserves here. McKeefery now. Back over to Antonacci. Just trying to cycle the offense here. And now we'll get a foul. So there's 1:45 on the clock. Antonacci will head over to the free throw line. West Scranton brings in all their roster now. Let's see who's in now. We'll bring in Olivia Bolsar. Talia Turner Boyd is in. Jalea Johnson, we heard from her earlier. Stefani is in. And also number 32, Tanya Grissom. So whole court. Coach McKaylo now will get some players in. LeBoy in for the Lady Vikes as the starters get a round of applause. So for Riverside, LeBoy, Sloboda, Olanovich, also get in Olivia Fedor, and now Nenish will come in. LeBoy out. .122 on the clock. 47-20 the score. Antonacci gets it over to Olanovich. Back to Antonacci. Back over to number 11, Sloboda. And just some good ball movement here, just trying to run out this clock here. Under 1 minute to play between Riverside and West Scranton. Nenish. Long 3 there. Good hustle by Olanovich. And a good rebound there over on West Scranton's part. That was number 32, Tanya Grissom. 47 seconds on the clock. And the ball goes out of bounds with 27 seconds to go. LeBoy gets back in. West Scranton gets it into Grissom. Grissom looking over to the corner, and that will head off number 22's hands, Lena Stefani. Fedor checking back in right now. 18 and a half seconds on the clock. 47-20 the score here at the Taylor Lions championship game between West Scranton and Riverside. LeBoy is down low. Antonacci just going to run this clock out. And that'll be the final score here tonight. It is Riverside 47, West Scranton 20. We appreciate you joining us tonight and want to thank our friend, Taylor Borough Councilman Francis D'Angelo, for the sports community helping out. The trophies will be coming out, and they'll get it all said and done here at the Taylor Lions tournament tonight. We thank you so much for joining us here on the John Mendola Show YouTube Live channel. Join us again next week and more action with the Riverside Lady Vikes. So Riverside victorious for Coach Jack Mikhailo. Congratulations. And get some awards and plenty of trophies here for them. Final score tonight, 47-20, Riverside victorious.